tired for two totally different reasons.
Yes.
And it is a fundamental argument when we're tired that we have with each other almost daily
It's a
about
never-ending war that will never
about who
stop.
did more work and who deserves to be more tired. And here's what it comes down to. Both parties are right. Okay? They're just too different. Now, I don't know about your house, but like the way the workload is split in my house, pretty much all the physical stuff is all me, okay? Which is
Yeah.
obvious, you know. And up here in the UP, that's splitting wood, that's doing the roof, that's working on the car, that's going out and shoveling the snow by hand because I got sick of working on the snowblower all
Anything,
the
and I don't
time.
mean this in any sexist way, ladies, but more of the men variety type jobs.
Oh,
Yes.
my wife has no qualms about saying go do your man jobs. Like
My wife's the same
she
way.
ain't gonna get offended. She uses those terminology like I'm not doing that. That's a job for a man. Like that ain't gonna offend my woman because she tells me that all the time. But now here also there are other things that would be quote unquote women jobs my wife hates to do. That don't bother me. She hates doing dishes. Doesn't bother me a bit. I've worked in restaurants all my life. I got that, hun. She's not a great cook. That's not because she doesn't like to. She tries, okay, but she's never been. She's learning. She's getting better to give me breaks. So I do almost 90% of the cooking and dishes. She is completely willing. She has broke 4 of our wash machines. I don't want her touching my washer anymore, okay? Her idea of doing laundry is
What is she
shoving
putting there?
everything.
Cement blocks?
She will wash all the comforters in one load. Okay.
Ooh, no, you got
And
to
I'll
split
come.
loads for that.
Yeah, and I'll come home and the rubber gasket at the bottom of like the old stand up, the old style top loaders. It would be so heavy it would rip the rubber seals at the top and just be water everywhere in the basement. Right. In a year, we bought 3 used washers, and all of them broke from the same thing. Right. So then we got this nice front loader washer. Like, honey, and I've caught her more than once, like, trying to shove the door shut when I'm doing something else. Like, what are you, the door, why? Go over there, like, hun, no, you can't put all these comforters in there. You're going to break the washer.
You got to account for weight of the laundry and water weight. The motor will burn out.
Walk away, babe. Walk away. Just let me do the laundry. All right? Now, and I work my 5 days a week, 40 hours, whatever, job and side jobs. Now, I'm pretty physically tired for the most part. I'm mentally like pretty sharp as a tack. Like physically, usually I sit down, I'm snoring within 10 minutes. Like when my body stops moving, it's usually like, oh, you're done for the day? It's rest time. My wife,
it's called dad naps, is what I call it. You sit down
and
close
I'm
your
like,
eyes.
my kids already got this new thing they like to do now of taking pictures and recording me just passed out snoring in random places, like sitting on their bed reading a story. They're quiet, 2 minutes. I'm snoring. They're taking pictures of me. We go to watch a sitcom. They're talking to me. 5 minutes later, I'm like slumped over, snoring loud as hell. So they get a kick out of that anymore. Now, my wife, on the other hand, doesn't have to do a lot of stuff physically. Just not, and it's not picking on her. My kids have her mentally drained by 1 o'clock every day. Like the homeschooling, the arguing of all the stuff of just the kids in the house, and like she's not the disciplinary one for the most part here either. So a lot of it is like trying to manage them with them not taking her serious when she's telling them no, because she disciplines them. Don't get me wrong. She's not a free for all, but dad's the one they're scared of. Okay. By the time I get home at 2 o'clock, there's days where she looks like young Frankenstein, man. Like the hair is all like, and you're going like, what happened today, honey?
It's mom hair.
And it's like she's been damn near pulling her hair out all day, and I laugh because she's trying to tell me, and in my mind I'm thinking, well, I just whooped her ass. They would have quit doing that. That's not how moms usually roll. So
they want to do the timeouts. They want to do the talking. No, man, Jen does the same thing to me. Like, like they'll sit there and do the whole thing all day long. The same thing you just talked about. They want to do the talking. They want to do the timeout. They want to try and be nice, and then the patients run out. And then literally word for word, David, use your dad voice. God damn it, quit it. Not a peep. Grasshoppers.
Yeah.
Three little Aryan kids just from Tasmanian devils go just nothing.
Yeah, so it is definitely interesting of the dynamic of a household between two parents and how both parents are absolutely wiped, but the workload and the reasons could not be any farther apart for it. Like, so yeah, my kids, I think they're at that age. They're 10 and 9. They're getting a little too smart for their own damn good. So yeah, they know dad is, and most of the time, like, now they know if I come off air and tell you guys and I got to go upstairs, oh, there's this hell to pay. Like I can come off air, but boy, if I got to come off air, that's not a good thing for them.
No, and I give my wife all the credit in the world. She takes care of all 3 kids all day long. She works at Gold's Gym Daycare on top of it while being able, when the kids, because we have a daughter who's 6, we have both boys who are 2 and 3, and the kids are the boys are in pre-K, so like she'll sit there, since she works at Gold's Gym Daycare, we get free daycare. She gets to take the boys with her. So she's with the kids all day long. So with that, and then taking care of the house, taking care of the dogs, because I'm at school from 8 a.m. all the way till 7 p.m. from work. Like school then work combined.
Let's be clear. The reason why it's so much harder for a woman in their strap, and it's not a bad thing. I'm not picking on them. They literally care about shit I could give a fuck less about. They worry and get.
You think you can dust today? Why would I dust that?
They worry. Yeah, it's about everything. The house, like I will be getting nagged at and be looking at it and looking at her like, I could really care less about that. That could be the furthest thing that I'm ever going to think about. Even things with the kids. Why are you stressed about that? Like, if it was bothering you that much, tell them to knock it the hell off, whoop their ass, and be done with it. But, like, the way they deal with things, the way they view the things they worry about, I'm never going to be able to understand it. Like, she can explain to me till the cows come home why she's stressed. And my best thing to do, here's some young husbands, even if you don't understand, just shake your head and agree, because you're never going to understand it. All she wants you to do is acknowledge.
You'll never win the argument.
And to try to tell her that it's okay and it's not a big deal, oh, that's just lighting a fire you don't want to light. That's terrible. That's one of the worst things you could do. You just need to understand and shake your head. And you don't really need to understand it. And they know. They're not stupid. They know you don't understand it because they know you don't give a shit that the rag hit the floor for the 3rd time and you went through 3 dish rags today because, God forbid, like a guy, that dish rag hits the floor.
That is way too
guys,
familiar.
We're picking it up and we're washing the dishes. That woman will think about. I
call it the 5-second rule if that's broken. It's the 10-second rule.
I'm just trying to give some windows into some serious examples in a married household of like why stupid arguments happen. We don't have the same mindset. My wife has caught me. We got in an argument the other night because I didn't wash my hands from letting the dogs in outside because, she's a germ person, right? And I came in and I had to wash the pillows that I touched with the hands that touched the inside doorknob of my own house because I didn't wash them. Okay, we got an argument. I shouldn't have gotten the argument because. Well, see, but the argument could have been avoided if I wasn't half asleep because normally that's one where I'm like, oh, yeah, and I just go wash my hands. I was half asleep. I got lippy. We got in an argument. Okay.
No.
We don't think alike. Men and women don't think alike. We're never going to. That's where the dumb married arguments that happen is because of things like that. I don't know why we're in this rabbit hole, but it was fun anyway.
Best thing my wife's ever done for like taking care of a house, no joke. She went and got an iRobot vacuum cleaner that roams around and vacuums itself because my wife would vacuum 2 times a day because of having 3 dogs and 3 kids. Holy hell. And I'm like, Jen, get you an iRobot. She got one, and she barely vacuums anymore.
I think we would have got one until there was a story that she came across last year about a husband coming downstairs and about puking because the iRobot had grabbed a
Dog
pile
shit.
of chalk shit and literally zebraed their entire downstairs with it.
But that is such a random occurrence.
I
man.
know but you have to understand how my wife Sarah is. That's it. She's out on the iRobot now.
iRobot for Christmas.
I'm
so
telling
she doesn't
you.
have a damn decision.
She's out on the iRobot after the poop smear all over the house story, okay? That was it. We were never going to get an iRobot at that point when she read that
she
story.
would rather vacuum constantly than get one.
Okay, I'm about to say something that could get me in a lot of trouble. My wife doesn't want to clean. She has to, okay?
Yeah, she's got 2 kids and dogs and a dirty husband.
Like, I make messes, like, just subconsciously.
Every husband is dirty. I don't care what guy says, yeah, I'm clean. No, you're not.
I think I'm clean, and she tells me I'm a disgusting pig. She comes into my den, and I'm like, I just cleaned it yesterday. She comes down, she's like, you really should clean this place. It's fucking disgusting.
My wife
I just did that. What are you talking about? And I did a really good job. It'll
be half full. Like, I'm just because I drink a ton of water bottles up here, and it'll be full of just water bottles. Oh my God. What? Aren't you going to take that out? And I'm like, Jen, it's water bottles, and it's half full. I'll take it out when the grocery bag is fully filled. Chillax. No, I don't need chillax. I want to make the trashes out. I'm like, Jen, is there maggots in it? No. Is there any like flu or anything contagious in there? No. I'm like, then don't goddamn worry about it.
We're just wired differently. That's all.
Oh, dude.
That's why sitcoms, all good sitcoms, have married couples in them.
Ray and Deborah and Everybody Loves Raymond.
Oh, no, Frank and Marie. That's my household. That is, look, you can say it's wrong, but that's communication in my house. Like, she's Irish, Indian and Irish, okay, and I'm Israeli, Italian, German, okay, Russian.
That's what I call a melting pot.
Like, there's a lot of, the communication seems horrid if you didn't know us. It is what it is. We have been together 16 years. It's not going to change.
Well, yeah, because if you can accept for someone who they are, and when you're with someone like that.
Oh, no. If my wife could put a magic spell on me and change me tomorrow, she would.
See, that's what we say, but I've come to the terms if my wife didn't want to be with me, she'd be gone already.
I don't know if my wife has chosen me or I'm like a leech and I won't let her go.
So my term is, my wife's a 10. I reached and she settled. And she goes, oh, stop. She goes, I didn't settle. I'm like, really? I'm like, Jen, come on now. I'm like, I'll fully agree that you settled. She definitely settled.
I don't even think settling is
No, it's way beyond.
I was a shithead, and I was a teenager when we met. She's younger than I am, but that was.
Oh.
I don't even know what the hell she saw in me because I was like, I was kind of a smart ass.
You're
not
kind
responsible.
Of a smart ass, or was?
I was kind of a smart ass, not real responsible. I don't know what the hell she saw.
From the first,
here's a window into. All right, here. Honestly, if we're gonna go here, you gotta one of our first dates. I got drunk. She took us out to this house out in the middle of nowhere. I got really drunk. I got lost trying to follow them, and one of her friends, 15 or 16-year-old boyfriend, just randomly throws the keys to his vehicle. I get lost, okay? End up finding my way back to town, and the only place, and I'm I'm not going back to my biological father's house at 2 o'clock.